everybody, we are back doing fly tying videos for the winter, kind of getting in where we're fitting in here. The views don't lie. I get a few trout tying video views, which we'll still be doing a lot of trout this summer, but we get way more winter steelhead and trudery type stuff views, and so if that's what the people want, you kind of answered the question for us, is like, what do people want? So to kick it off this winter, the most requested tying video I've ever had was the cured prawn. Last year, I think it was last year, I did just a fly tying post on this cured prawn. It was out of a tube. The tube posed a lot of problems. It worked, but 50% of the time it was, you could get your tippet through easily and stuff, and so I've adapted it to a shank, much easier, way more reliable. And if you guys remember the cured prawn, that's what we're tying tonight. So here we go. By far one of the most requested, like, please do a video, so that's what we're kicking off this year with. It is Thanksgiving night. I am fat and happy, and yeah, house is quiet now, so here we go. Happy Thanksgiving and cured prawn. Alright, here we go. 27mm return eye aqua shank. Start your thread. Careful of the section here where the wire comes back on itself. You don't want to whack your thread in the beginning, although it does happen. And I'm going to create a good thread base here. I'm going to stab on my ultra rig setup here. I've got lots of videos on the ultra rig, so for time's sake I just made it before I started the video. We're going to tighten down this thread, or sorry, tighten down this Power Pro. Use our little vice pawn here to make sure we don't gash ourselves. I'm going to add just a little glue. Run it through the eye of the hook. Secure it. I've got a weak bobbin here that is not holding my thread as taut as I would like, but we will get through it together somehow. Alright, wrap this down. Clip it off. Bam, bam, bam. Alright. Ultra rig setup. Now, we kind of go off the rails a little bit. And I've got me some stainless steel spinner wire here. I'm going to put it through the eye of the hook, like that, on top, and lash it down, right? But before I do that, this one's important, because this wire's slippery. I'm going to add some more super glue before we secure it. And this bobbin's going to fight me a little bit. Probably should have changed it over to one I like better, but we will be fine. Okay, lash this down. Now it's important, up at this front section, I'm actually going to put super glue on my thread as well. Might have focus. I think I'm okay. I got a new tripod that is not staying put very well, so hopefully this turns out. And I guess if it doesn't, you'll never know, because I will delete the video and do it again. I've done that more times than I care to count. Alright, spinner wire in. I'm going to clip this to like something a little more manageable. So, I mean, it's gonna get in your way, but I would like it to get in my way as least often as possible. Alright. dubbing ball. And this one is just dubbing, and I'm only going to dub it about to where I got the spinner wire back here, not too much. Your favorite dubbing of choice. This is just a synthetic orange, like a trilobal or something along those lines. Spinner up. So I try to, I mean, I always give the recipes, but I hate giving out like exact, unless it's like an actual, like, this is the, you know, how you tie this particular fly, and typically that goes more towards trout flies than steelhead flies. I really try to keep things vague, because in steelhead world we are all about creation and imagination, and I just don't like the rigidity of telling you that, like, this is the exact material you have to use, this is the only thing, you know. There's some instances where that may be the case, but when it comes to colors and dubbings and stuff like that, you know, experiment, use what you have on hand, like, you know, just be creative. That's kind of how I like to roll with these things. So anyway, orange fox. We're going to roll it just barely past where the hook point's going to be. And I'm not going to clip these butts because I want them for bulk. So I'm going to just wrap them down. I want this section here to be as fat and happy as possible. So that adds a good amount of bulk. So we will take it. Some predator wrap. This one's going to be, I mean, it comes in these strands here. I'm just going to take like some off the tip here. And I don't know, we got 7 or 8 or 10. We're going to lay that over top, barely past the fox. Tie that in. I don't know if you can hear my dog trying to break her teeth on a new yak bone. I promise it sounds worse than it is. But man, it gives me the freaking, yeah. Okay. And some ostrich. The ostrich, I'm going to roll like 4 plumes side to side. A little bit, like about as long as the fox. And then what I'm doing here, that was a bad clump. What I'm doing here is I've got all the, they're all kind of, this thing's been in like a tote or whatever, this plume, so they're all like whacked out. So that's what I do to get them to cooperate. Okay, these ones I'm going to clip down. Gosh, Yona. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's brutal. Okay. Cool? Cool. One of the most predominant features on a prawn are the eyes. They are very, very apparent. So I'm going to put my big old fat black eyes on here, and I'm going to go either side right to where my ultra tubing stops, like just like barely past the ultra tubing, and you'll see it maybe on this one. So I'm going to go like right there. Call these mono shafts the freaking Scissor Wrecker 2000s. Okay, cool. And then you could even add like a little bit more fox up top if you want, if you wanted a different color. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Maybe just add some. What I'll do is just add, we've got these long guard hairs. I'll just add some of those long guard hairs. Look like little shrimp legs. Alright, yeah, you're looking good, sweetheart. Alright, cool. Now, composite loop time. I am going to roll, we're going to do orange. So I'm going to roll some orange ostrich, and I don't necessarily want all this like intrudery stuff, like this nice intrudery stuff. I'm going to look for kind of this garbage lower plume extra fluff. I want the extra fluff. And this is going to represent all those little legs they've got in their like thorax area. And just the only thing I'm doing here is ostrich and dubbing. Same dubbing. So tie on my loop. This vise keeps moving, which is awesome. Okay, that's it. Dubbing, ostrich. Pop her in. Get your Portland Fly Shop dubbing spinner, courtesy of Aqua Flies. Aqua is making these for us. They're available at all badass fly shops that carry Aqua products. And if they're not available, they should be. So you can ask them why the hell it's not available. Alright, so here we go. We got some stragglers stuff going on down here. We'll just get rid of that. Spin her up. Alright. Now we pick it up. With our finger brush. Sorry, I had to cut there. Forgot to grab my finger brush. So we're not killing our wing, or whatever the hell you call it. I don't even know what you'd call that. Maybe a wing? I don't know. If I got on Google, I could probably figure out the exact name for the part of that shrimp, the prawn, but I neglected to do so, and now it's too late. All right, we're going to wrap. A little heavy at first. Gosh, see this bobbin just won't even hold the thread weight. I have years and years and years of just accumulated tools, feather stuff. I mean, I've got too much, probably. Well, yeah, but so I just kind of just grab stuff that's handy, and I should be better at being like super particular about what I'm tying with, but I'm very utilitarian, and I just grab stuff and make it work or whatever, you know. So you can be better than I am about this pretty easily. Like this bobbin I'm using sucks, and it's gonna fight me, but So we'll, okay, bam, 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 comb it out, get it fluffy. Cool, cool. I think what I'm gonna do is take some like freaking Trout Hunter Fluoro 24 pound, and we will not make this mistake again. And tie it in. This one I'm gonna double back over. Just, oh my gosh. I don't know if anybody's seen me lose it on camera yet, but we may be getting close. Okay, double back over. Double back over. Alright. Clip my little butt here. Run this back. Redub. Okay, good enough. New feather. And Pikachu, I choose you. Alright, re-crimp. I think what I'm going to do this time, yeah, it's fine. Okay. Wrap our mono real tight like. Get back to where we once belong, right about there. Alright, pull down real hard. Two wraps, lift this up, and finish wrapping through our saddle to lock it all in. Okay. Where's my finger brush? We can brush this out. Okay. Starting to look like a shrimp, eh? Okay, now the rest, we got one little thing to do here. I'm going to jump over to my spinning wire. Spinner wire. We got to determine how long this is going to be. We're probably going to be, so we want when we make this, we want to be, you know, that's our body length here. We want to be somewhere like in there. So we're probably going to roll it out a ways. Something like in that realm right there. I'm going to put some lead down. And this will keel the bottom so this fly actually stays up and down and doesn't spin as bad. I mean, all flies spin. You can't like get away from the spin, but you can. I mean, you never know like what currents are doing and stuff. And man, I don't care like if you're in any kind of heavy current, the hydraulic pressure will. I don't care how you tie that fly. Those hydraulics are like no joke, and they will just manhandle your fly and make it do whatever it wants, regardless of how you tied it or what you think it's doing. So you can't get rid of the spin ever totally, but you can do things to help, and that's what this is doing. It's just helping. Okay. Going back. Where's that mono? There's that mono. And tie in a rib here. Oh gosh, I keep doing this. It's just habit. I need to go on the bottom. Here, we'll use our rotary for its job here. Double the mono back, bam. And we are going to be rolling fatties all the way down. No more hackle, no more nothing. This is all dubbing now. We'll pick it out a little bit, but there are no legs in the shrimp in this section. There's like little flippers. Again, there's a scientific name for those, I'm sure. I'm going to call them little flippers, but I am not imitating those. So, okay, I'm going to X around the eye of the hook here. Okay. And you see how sloppy this is? You can just tie like back over it. It doesn't matter. Suppose I could have done a dubbing loop for this, but it would have bulked it up quite a bit faster, I guess. Sometimes though, when I'm doing a loop, when I'm doing a dubbing loop with the rib, the segmentation on the dubbing loop gives me like a hard time where like the rib wants to lay, right? It kind of fights it a little bit, so I just end up doing this a lot. Yeah, let's see, let's try dubbing loop. Probably get to where we're going quite a bit faster with the dubbing loop. dude. It's gonna be one of those nights. I've accepted it. Alright, everybody out there in TV land, if you can remember what that's from, you're my age bracket. The dubbing loop was a better idea. Normally I just sit there and dub the hell out of it, but it's kind of like for you watching paint dry, I'm sure. So we'll go fast. Faster. Okay. Success. Remember this? Now the vise head is coming out of the vise. You see that? Oh my gosh. This is really something tonight. Tie that a few turns. Grab my mono. Okay, one behind the eye of the hook. This is important here. One behind the eye of the hook. Okay. These shrimp have like a too long. We're going to go in front of the eye. And we're going to segment this. Okay. Make a couple wraps, double it back, clip the mono. Now this is heavy mono, so I'm going to throw some Zap-A-Gap on here and make sure, because if that mono pops, then well, it's kind of just the end of your fly, and we don't want that. Alright, I'm just going to roll a half hitch. That super glue's on there. Everything will stay as it should. Grab your cutters, pull this up, cut it real close. If you grab the end and a little closer. Yeah. Okay. And I'm just going to cut a little tail formation. And now we pick the hell out of the underneath to get all of our movement back, all of our shrimpy, flowy, flippery underwater crustacean garbage that they do. Okay, so remember the eye of the hook that we covered up? We're going to uncover it. So cut a little slot of your edge right. Now we're going to bend our spinner wire over. See that? I'm just going to cut a little window here for the eye of the hook. So there's the eye. We can easily go from the top down, but we can easily thread it. Get our ultra rig set up here, see if I can't stab myself doing this. And there we have, and you can like massage this if you know, I kind of don't want it that big, so that spinner wire is pretty forgiving. So there you go. There is your, is it bait? What is it? Cured prawn.